Nets are another team with COVID issues, shorthanded. KD is all you need to win basketball games. 34 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and a win.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Philadelphia 76ers.
The beauty of KD's game, I want everybody to just understand something, is that this man is 6'11", and he dominates in the area where the elite scorers of all time, other than Wilt Chamberlain, primarily take advantage of their opponents. The boxes on the post, mid-range, and the elbow. So if you notice, KD, unlike most people in the league, he catching that thing, he's sizing you up. And it's 1 or 2 dribbles either way. It's economic. Like, KD not dribbling the ball like 8 or 9 times to get a shot.
No.
He dribbling the ball like 2 or 3, 1 or 2, 3 or 4. Get to his spot. You saw the one on the baseline when he put up over Embiid?
Yep.
Like, it's incredible watching this guy, the array of offensive brilliance that he has. The minutes that he's playing, I know Steve Nash talked some about it.
Well, let's listen to Steve Nash talk about the minutes that Kevin Durant is playing, because we have some sound from him after the game.
I don't know that we can continue to lean on him the way we have. It doesn't feel right. And, I know he's enjoying it. I know he's enjoying playing at the rate he's playing at and trying to, bring his teammates along with him. And it's just been incredible. But at the same time, we know that's not safe or sustainable to continue to lean on him like that. So, there's going to be a lot of consideration, and we'll have to figure out a way to give him breaks.
He used a couple of words that were about health and safety, because that's the word he used. It's not safe. And what he's basically acknowledging is that playing 40-plus minutes is something that today's player just isn't required to do. Like Steve Nash came into a league, I have been a player that averaged 40 minutes a game.
Playing that kind of minutes, that load, was commonplace in your era. It's just not now.
I know, but a player like KD can thrive in any era. That's why Steve Nash also said, I know he enjoys it.
Yes.
Right? Because that's the kind of baller hooper KD is. Like I said, when he came to Detroit and had that 51, the way it went about, that was throwback to me. The way he's playing is just that. But also, let's not overlook the fact who they beat. They beat a Sixers team that are going in the opposite direction in the standings, that haven't traded Ben Simmons, and their situation isn't getting them closer to winning the East.
The Nets don't have Kyrie. Right now, they don't have James Harden. They don't have a lot of players, and they are still number 1 in the Eastern Conference. Number 1 in the MVP race. Balls, it wasn't the prettiest thing, but then the last possession, Russell Westbrook to my guy, Austin Reeves, for the big game winner. Jalen, there's something about Austin Reeves I really like. I don't know what that is.
I know what it is.
What is it?
He's going to be on the wall one day, keep shooting like that, right?
He's had some games this year if you're not paying attention.
And I was thinking of his name, so it's like Austin Powers maybe, or like Steve Austin. His parents were watching something, but in all honesty, he had Reeves on the end, right? So it's almost like that was a Superman type of shot, right? Mm-hmm. And he made a few threes. He made 3 at the half, and they needed his minutes. But let's talk about what actually happened throughout the game.
Okay.
The Mavs were playing without Luka, and they took the Lakers to overtime. Mm-hmm. And you touched on it, but let me go deeper in the box score. It wasn't an air ball or 2 shot. I saw Anthony Davis personally shoot 4 air balls.
4 air balls? That's like me in a rec league game.
I saw him shoot 4 air balls in that game. And by the way, I played enough basketball. When it barely grazes the rim or barely hits the backboard, those are all in the same family. That's one. Number 2, I saw Russ shoot an air ball.
You hate air balls.
I do.
Why do you hate air balls so much?
Because for Anthony Davis, right, this is a terrific top 10 player. It shows you how the mental capacity of a player sometimes when you can lose your confidence. And that's what he's dealing with. And so that's why I was paying attention to it. And lastly, my guy, LeBron James. He shot one. Now, for those who have been close enough to an NBA backboard, there's a sticker on the left side that has Jerry West's logo on it. Okay, when I say that you shoot the ball and it almost gave the logo a concussion, that's because he's not wearing a helmet. That's a brick. Okay, LeBron as well. And so that game bizarrely went to overtime. It was a bank shot late by the Mavs to tie the game. Russ made a 3. But a great drive and kick by Russ to Reeves, who made the three. Happy for the young rook, and he got fouled.
Well, let's take a look. Let's just introduce the world to Austin Reeves, because there's something about Austin Reeves I really enjoy. He's undrafted out of Oklahoma. He averaged 18 points in Oklahoma, and he was an all Big 12 first-team selection. He's the first Laker with a go-ahead three-point field goal in the final 5 seconds of overtime since Kobe Bryant in April of 2004.
Rest in peace, Kobe. 3, 2, 1. They're going to attribute something Mamba to his name soon.
No.
Every white guy gets to be a Mamba.
No, he's not a Mamba. He's not a Mamba. As much as I love Austin Reeves, we're not giving him the Mamba moniker
Kobe
just
had
yet.
to do all of this work to be a Mamba. Now,
another young player who is lighting the league on fire is former number 1 pick Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves played the Nuggets, and it was AE with 10 3-pointers in the game, Jalen Rose.
A-E-I-O-U. You remember that song?
No.
Sometimes why? You're a young fella. A-E. So, dynamic athlete, right? He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's really powerful, and we've seen some of his explosive dunks, like some of the biggest dunks in the league.
Yep.
If he gonna make threes like this,
Crazy.
with his confidence level, it's going to be a problem for the league. And there have been comparisons, and me and you went to Qatar with him. He reminded me of T-Mac. He's not as tall.
T-Mac we're going with.
He's not as tall.
T-Mac.
I mean, but T-Mac is just so tall, man. T-Mac is like almost 6'10", so who's going to be that guy's height? But I'm just telling you, like, the ferocity in which he attacks the rim with the flair for the dramatic.
Look at him signing autographs in the middle of the
But
game.
also being a bucket. Like, usually the powerful, like LeBron James can score the ball, but he's not a bucket. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Like, Anthony Edwards made 10 3-pointers in the basketball game, right? So he's trying to trend towards that style of player, and it was incredible to watch him get hot off the dribble, off the catch, between the legs. Like, he was feeling it, and it was great to see.
And just another casual triple-double for Jokic. Just another 27, 10, and 11 assists for Jokic. Jokic doesn't get enough love. He doesn't get enough love. Like, we talk about the MVP, and it's like, well, Steph Curry this, Steph Curry that, or Kevin Durant this and that. Jokic is the reigning MVP. He's carrying this team with all of the injuries to wins night after night. Didn't get a win last night.
Speaking of getting respect, when we gonna get these Harriet Tubman 20s in circulation?
What are you talking about? Sometimes you just say stuff. It has
what I
nothing
mean?
to do with what we're discussing.
So the Joker, how about this? The top 5 players in the NBA this year so far: Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, the Joker, Giannis, and LeBron. You can split hairs.
Sure.
3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 guys. So when y'all start talking about the best players in the league, make sure y'all mention the only guy in the history of the league that averaged 26 points, 13 boards, and 7 assists. The Joker.
The Joker. Moving on to another interesting game. Not on paper, Thunder Pelicans. Not checking this one on League Pass. However, at the end of the game, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hitting a crazy 3. You think it's over. Oh, you know what? Pelicans got to inbound the ball, and then 61 feet from the basket. Devontae Graham.
It was an exciting night in the league.
It was.
It was an exciting night in the league. And as all of those games were happening, we just talked about the Laker game that eventually went to overtime, and they won with some late shots. And a heroic play. I mean, SGA's 3.
Crazy.
Thought that's the walk-off.
Yeah.
And then Devontae Graham was a 75-footer bank shot. Game that you love.
It's been tough at times just because I don't see why I'm not in the league. Like, I showed that I'm healthy. I showed that I'm the same player as I was before. But at the same time, I continue to have faith. I'm staying positive. I'm doing everything that I can control to showcase myself and show that, you know, I got no ego. I got no pride. I'll play anywhere. Like, as people know, shoot, I play at local YMCAs. I play at LA Fitnesses. So G League and playing in Team USA, obviously I'm grateful for the opportunity, but it's no different. Like, I love basketball. I love the hoop, and that's what I'm here to do.
One of my favorite players of all time, New York City legend.
8th grader.
Lance Stevenson is on your team. What is Lance like to play basketball with?
Born ready. That's he got great energy. I mean, one thing about Lance, he's always gonna bring, that energy is always gonna be in a 10 for him. He's super talented, and the plan for all of us is to get a call to the NBA. I think that's the big reason why he's down here, showing that he can still play at a high level as well. So it was dope to be able to, compete with him and share the floor with such a great basketball player.
I love seeing that. I love seeing those highlights. You know what else I love seeing? Steph Curry make three-pointers. Now, you've been a player that almost averaged 30 in the NBA, and you've been a part of the three-point boom of this era. What is it like for you watching Steph Curry break the three-point record, and what are some of your favorite memories playing against him?
Man, it's amazing to see such a special player, especially in my time of playing, my generation. Arguably, the best point guard to ever play the game. He really changed the game, how it's played at every level. So you got to give him credit. You got to give him respect. And, me and Steph always battled. Ever since my Sacramento days when I was coming in the league, we've always had good battles. I got him sometimes. He got me sometimes. But it's always great to play against, the best players in the world. And he's obviously one of them. And, it's congratulations to him and his family, because I know he put the work in to become one of the best shooter of all time, for sure.
Absolutely. Now, the city of Boston just absolutely loves you. What does it feel like to kind of like have a place like Boston that you're forever, ever, ever going to be celebrated in?
It's an amazing feeling, because you would think I won a championship there, and it was there for 10 plus years. I was only there for 3 years, but I think the love was just so genuine on both sides. That community, gave me everything I had. Gave me everything they had, and I gave them everything I had. And I think that's why, they fell in love with me. So, that love is definitely going to last forever. And Boston is definitely a special place in my heart. And, I always have love for the city and the people who, helped me along the way.
Isaiah, I love you very much. And one thing I love about you is that you're rich. I love seeing my friends be successful. And you may not realize this, but you have one of your staff members is cleaning up your palatial estate behind you right now. So maybe while you're balling in the G League and you're doing interviews to get back in the NBA, maybe you may not want them to know you got that huge mansion that you own half of Washington.
That's a hotel.
Hey, look, I got to show the people what they want. That's all. This is a hotel. I wish this was my crib. I have the whole team in here if it was my crib.
So when I watch the league sometimes with Jalen, I can tell that he thinks he can still play in the league, right? But you actually can still play in the league. When you're watching League Pass, are there any teams or any players that you say, you know what, I need to be on this roster?
Not any team specifically. I just know I can help. I know I can impact an organization each and every day, whether I'm playing, scoring, playmaking, or whether I'm, helping a young guy with my experience. I've been in every situation possible in the NBA, whether it's, a franchise player, the 60th pick, a guy that gets DNPs. So I've seen a lot and experienced a lot, and I know I can help. So I know I can help a lot of the contending teams for sure, but, it's not my decision at all. Hopefully somebody makes the right decision. I promise you I'll make them look like a genius.